and welcome to We Poets. My name is Sally Baker and I'm the host of We Poets. We Poets is a poetry show for boys and girls between the ages of 6 and 13. So if you would like to be on the program, please have your parents or your school teacher call me. I'm always looking for new boys and girls to come and be on the program. Also, we're always looking for dependable middle school and high school students to come and get a free internship and produce our shows. So if you fall into that category, please have your school teacher or your parents call me. And I'm always looking for adult guests to come and tell boys and girls and teenagers something about their jobs or their careers that young people can pursue when they graduate from high school or college. And we're a nonprofit organization, so we're always looking for people to sponsor our program. So if you would like to sponsor our program, please let us know. And tonight our sponsor is Trader Joe's from Berkeley, California. So here we go with our first young lady that I'm going to interview. And tonight we have a special show. We have two wonderful young ladies here who are going to be performing first, and then I'm going to interview a staff person from Stop Waste. So I know we're going to have an interesting program. So I'd like to introduce our two young ladies first. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sadie Aurora. I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Julia Morgan.
Great. Is this the first time you've been on TV?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
You're going to do just fine, and I know you have a wonderful presentation for us. And thank you so much for coming, and we're going to hear from you in just a few moments. Hello, young lady. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Could you look there at camera 3 and tell us something about yourself, please?
My name is Lily Keller, and I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Willard Middle School.
Great. Is this your first time on TV?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Oh, you're going to do a wonderful job. And you two young ladies are going to do a joint presentation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's going to be very delightful, so here we go.
Hi, my name is Lily Keller, and I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Willard Middle School.
Hi, my name is Sadie. I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Julia Morgan.
Today we're going to be talking about solving climate change and the 4R's connection.
This is a graph that projects the temperature change. The red line shows what would happen or what might happen if we don't change anything, and the dark blue line shows what would happen if we do change stuff.
This graph is about how in one year in 1930 there was no rain, the temperature went really up and the rain went really low. And so that was when the Dust Bowl started in Kansas.
During the Dust Bowl, 200,000 people tried to move to California because the temperature was just too extreme, and they had to put Los Angeles sheriffs on the border so that they couldn't get in.
This one is about the pink is like really hot and dry, and the blue is wet. In 2030 to 2039, it got really sort of dry over here, and also in the United States. And between 2016 and 2069, it got even worse, like that.
This is a graph of agricultural productivity and its projection. And the red shows not good, and the green shows like good. And it gets really bad in South America and Africa.
This one is about like how the population went really high. Like now we don't have.
Now we're at 7 billion.
Yeah, and
we're estimated to go just like under 10 billion.
What can we do to reduce, recycle, reuse, and rot?
This this is a graph that shows what would happen if you reused. And the aluminum can, you could drive it 1,600, that's the trucks, miles around
That
before.
would be 5 times around the Earth.
Before you would get to the amount of energy it takes to create it from scratch.
This is about how the life of recycle assessment, and it's sort of how much it takes to make one textbook. And first you start with the natural source, and then you take it to the factory, and then you have to go up and print it, and then you have to find somebody to use it. And then when they're done with that, they can reuse it, give it to another person to use after them, which would skip all of these, making it a lot less energy to use. They could recycle it, so they wouldn't have to cut down another tree, or they can put it in the compost, which would help a new tree grow.
So the average family of 4 produces 4.4 tons of waste a year. That's 12% of that is food waste.
So, and if they put that in landfill, that's even worse than going 25 miles in a car.
Because there isn't any air in the trash, and so it turns into methane, and that is 34 times more potent than CO2.
Enriching California farms with compost. Brought to you by Stop Waste. The food scraps you recycle at home get turned into compost that's used on California farms. This includes organic farms like Terabella Family Farm in Sonol, California.
Terabella gets some of its compost from a local source that uses a mix of food scraps, plant debris, all sourced from Alameda County. Using compost is really important, especially in drought years, because it allows our soils to retain more moisture. The organic matter that's in the compost acts as a sponge, and it's able to hang on to water and nutrients, giving our plants a sustained food and water source throughout the season. After we harvest our produce, it's packed into boxes and delivered directly to restaurants and grocery stores. We also pack CSA shares. CSA is community supported agriculture. It's a way to support local farms throughout Alameda County.
In our next episode, we'll see how an urban community farm in Alameda County uses compost to cultivate healthy, affordable produce for local communities. Make food scrap recycling a part of your daily routine. Learn more at ReadySetRecycle.org. Brought to you by Stop Waste.
I would now like to introduce you to my very special guest for tonight. Her name is Rachel Lowy. She is a classroom sustainability associate at Stop Waste in Oakland, California, and she's going to tell us all about this wonderful project, and she brought these two beautiful young ladies that you just heard from. So here we go with Rachel. Hi, Rachel. How are you tonight?
Hi, Sally.
How are
I'm
you?
doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you could come and bring these two young ladies.
Me as well.
Didn't they do a good job?
Oh, for sure, they did.
And now I'm going to be interviewing you.
Okay.
Okay. The first question, what is the 4R Student Action Project?
The 4R Student Action Project is what I work with, which is a service learning-based education program with the common goal of having an action project that students participate in, and it's based on a 5-step action model, which starts with an initial introduction of environmental topics such as global climate change, where our food comes from, where it goes, litter in our oceans, and pollution in general. And then we take that one step further by conducting an assessment at their school. And so one of the assessments that we commonly do is a waste audit, where we look at their cafeteria lunch waste and figure out what could have been diverted or what could have been recycled and composted. And with that, we do some math with them to use those skills that they've been learning in schools, and eventually figure out how we can take action as a class, both at their school and beyond, reach out beyond the classroom. And our program always ends with a reflection, a celebration, and evaluation of ourselves to make sure that we can continue it.
Great. What grade schools do you go into?
We go to all public schools in the county, and we primarily work with 5th graders, but indirectly we are involved with 4th grade through a field trip program that's actually held at our transfer station, and some of the younger grades have a chance to participate with our program because the 5th graders are actually, some of their action projects that they pursue sometimes involve reading books that they've made about the topics that they've learned to the younger grades. And we also work in a few middle schools. We are piloting a few projects that concern lawn conversion, so actually figuring out how we can eliminate lawns and get a more productive use out of our space at schools, at middle schools.
Great. Now, what is one objective of the 4R Student Action Project?
Well, my main objective and our main objective as a team is to really empower those students. And it's going to come from both us and the teachers that they have, and we found some teachers that have gone above and beyond by putting their heart and soul into the project. We just do our best to introduce those topics to them, but then as a class they really transform themselves into what we call student action heroes, because we try our best to have it come from themselves, and we actually have this new development that we've been working on to really see themselves as student action heroes. And I work on a team of people that will go to the schools, but we also introduce another team of people, and that's called the League of Super Action Heroes.
Good.
And I actually have a picture of them.
Yes,
if you would like,
please.
They're very, very popular now.
Camera 3.
I will show you right here. So they're just as popular as Superman and Wonder Woman. But we actually have here Super Reducer, who stands for the first R, reduce. We have Professor Reuse with her sidekick Alba, the albatross, who stands for the reuse, and the second of the 4 R's. We have the Recycler, who, as you probably can understand, stands for the recycling. Yes. With his sidekick, We Can, who's an aluminum can. And we have Rock Girl, who stands for the composting and breaking down of those food scraps. And so we'll introduce these super action heroes to really empower those students to create their own super action heroes. So I actually have a few examples of some names and some artwork that they have created.
Oh.
And should I share
yes,
that? Excellent.
So camera 3 there. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, well, we have here Triple E, who is environmental expert Emily. And so these are all created by the students that we work with as a way to really engage them. This isn't their action project. They go above and beyond this, but just a few examples of like how their creativity goes, and they come up with their own names and their catchphrases if they want, maybe even an origin story on the back. They practice the writing process through that. And I'll share one more. We have, I like this one, the Trash to Treasure Recycle Bot. So this was created by someone who has the 4R's superpowers to detect plastic in the environment and recycle it. So
Cute. Do you have a contest for these children?
we don't have a contest. We actually have a Hall of Fame in
Yes.
our office.
Yes.
We put all these up and try and highlight just the work that they do. And so our objective is to really have them take ownership of their work.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Now, my next question.
Yeah.
How many people does it take to do your project? And how many does it reach?
Yeah, so I work on a team all in all that includes 6 people, including myself, not including the league.
Right.
But it does, we collaborate with other members of our agency at Stop Waste, so there's constantly people that are a part of it. Including, like I said, the teachers that we work with. Those are the real, we call them teacher action heroes,
Good,
because they're doing so much themselves. And then we figured out how best we can reach our audience, because with these action projects, there's a different amount of audiences that we can reach, like with those books that those students can create to read to the younger children. That definitely reaches about 30 or 35, however many students are in a classroom. But some action projects extend even further beyond that if they're a poster action project or a class presentation that involve the whole school. And so we've kind of done some metrics to figure out how many people we've reached with our action project. And our goal is to have 90 action projects, and we've met that goal, which we've calculated with the audience from the action project, as well as we provide them with home field work to take home and talk to their family and parents or guardians about what they've been learning. We've calculated close to 18,000 people have been reached.
Good,
and
wonderful.
we hope to keep on continuing it.
Yes, yes. Now, let's see here. What are some other examples of student action projects? We sort of covered that, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Uh-huh. And why do you teach the 4R's?
That's a question that I am constantly reminded of, because I'm so inspired by what I see. I view the 4R's as real solutions, like real things that people can do. Everybody can reduce in the first place, and everybody can figure out ways that they can just reduce their consumption, whether it be getting a reusable water bottle, which goes into that second R, so that they're not buying as many water bottles, or having a reusable lunchbox, which I see kids popularly doing nowadays.
Yes.
And so for me, teaching those 4R's and teaching about global climate change is a tangible way to have that change.
Mm-hmm. Now, if anybody watching would like to have you come into their school or their agency and do a presentation, do you do that?
Of course, yeah. And we work, my team exclusively works with 5th grade or 6th grade classrooms. But like I said, there's a 4th grade field trip program, and you can find information on how to get in touch with us, because we also do community outreach grants. If you go to www.stopwaste.org, you can find more information about how we can come to your classroom, because we know that we'd love to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break, and then our 2 young ladies are going to come on and join us before we say goodbye.
Excellent.
Thank you. Boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment. our two young ladies have joined us, and each of them have a question for Rachel. So here we go.
Hi, what can I do to stop waste?
Well, by educating yourself about those 4R's and educating others, which you both did so beautifully, those two steps are extremely important to get that word out there, and also to have a goal for yourself. So by picking one of those 4R's, whether it's reduce, reuse, recycle, or rot, and then figuring out how you can reach others.
Good. Next question, please.
What got you inspired to start in this field?
Yes, there are a few things that got me inspired. I was always a person and young child that used to play in the dirt, and I still play in the dirt from time to time. But I wanted to really make others aware of how wonderful the environment is. And so to share that passion with others, I had some inspiring teachers myself, and I figured the best way to inspire others is to become a teacher.
Great. You gals have another question? No? No. Another question?
No.
Okay. Well, Rachel, do you have any parting words for our audience?
Just that it's extremely easy to practice those 4R's, and especially those last two, recycle and rot, or compost at home. Those are two actions that you can do very easily at home.
Great. Well, I want to thank you all so much for coming. You did an excellent job. So without further ado, let's say goodbye to our audience. And also we want to thank Trader Joe's of Berkeley, California, for providing our treats. And after we finish the show, we're going to have all those good treats that Trader Joe's provided for us tonight. So let's all say goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for
everyone. Thank
watching.
you.
Bye-bye.